Oof, that one hurt. They gotta leave and go. Soon may the weatherman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. Something. Oh. It is a day. Okay. Cool. OBS, I don't care. Boop. Yeah, right. Come on. There we go. Finally. All right. Ow, my ankles. Yeah, of course. There we go. Oh, wait, did I did not start the audio. There we go. There we go. Music. I'll wait for people to come in. I'm going to do a quick drawing. Oh, alrighty. Momo, what's up? Welcome to the live stream. Today we are actually going to be doing a lesson. Weird, I know. Dude. You're a bud tender. Or is it a bartender? Or are you growing your own bud? These are all questions that I don't know the answer to. Bud tender. And oh, that's terrible. Is there anything that they can do? Bone marrow transfusions. That's true. And those can be quite painful. You're here. What did you miss? Well, not much. I'm just getting prepped for the lesson. So I started a little bit early so that people can see my prepping phase if they really want to. Yeah. Has he gone in to check up on it to see if it is actually a brain tumor? Ah, gotcha. It's a while from now, but at least it's scheduled. There we go. Might be beneficial if people can actually see what it is. Honestly, that's what it's gonna feel like, and that really does hit hard. Alrighty. And all the fun prep work for this. Dear.
Huh?
Look.
What is it?
I looked up hand references on Google. That's what you get for looking up hand references on Google. Make sure to put on the safe search. I am glad. I'm glad I can be helpful on that front. And it actually looks like I do have enough people to start. So, without further delay, today we are going to start talking about how to draw hands and also how to draw the female anatomy, but mainly right now, how to draw hands is what we're going to start off first. So, grab a pencil, grab a piece of paper, grab something else like a canvas, or you can use your dog. I don't care. Just grab something that you can draw on. If you want to draw on the wall, go ahead, do it. You can tell that anybody that gets mad at you that Corey says it's okay, so it is perfectly fine. So, let's get started. First thing we're going to do is whenever we are wanting to draw hands, first off, what I suggest is finding a reference. I, low-key, just went out and found myself a reference. Boom! That's a really big reference. Look at that. It's everywhere. Golly, let's just move that down just a little bit. There we go. There we go. All right. So now that we have a reference, yeah, you got to open up CSP. You got to pick up whatever you got and let's freaking go. This is going to be a fun time. You've seen how to draw hands at school? Screw that. I'm going to show you how to draw hands in freaking real life over live stream. What's up, my guy? How's it hanging? Hopefully not a little bit down to the left, I suppose. that was a terrible joke. Okay. So whenever it comes to drawing hands, the first thing you want to do... Oh, cool. That's awesome. The first thing you want to do is make sure to get a reference. Now, there's a couple different ways that you can go about doing hands. Like, say, you got people that will just go, alrighty, I'm just gonna go for it. Let's just go for it. And then you're just like, oh, I don't know what's going on here. Oh no, my hand looks like the freaking claw from Five Nights at Freddy's. I have no clue what this, ugh, it looks gross. So let's just delete that. So you don't, unless you are very, 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 very comfortable with drawing hands, I don't suggest doing the go straight for it method. Not the best idea. What I suggest is that there's two different types of methods that I found whenever I was looking it up. You got the box method, which I normally use, or you got the glove method, which I don't use because I don't understand the glove method. The glove method sounds stupid to me, but you know what? Fuck it. Let's look at it. So, the box method, so let's write in box method. I'm not writing out meth. Please don't ban me, Twitch. So the box method is very simple. What you're going to be doing is finding the main places on the hand, like right over here, and boxing them out, making a cube, per se. So we're going to make a cube like that. And this is, and whenever it comes to the fingers, we're basically making cubes out of the joints as well. And this is what I like to call the box method, because you're literally making boxes all over the place, okay? But you can go ahead and trace the figure and everything like that. You can do that. I mean, that doesn't matter to me. But as I always say, tracing does help in one case, but the thing that helps the most is going freehand. So first things first, we're going to make sure that with this box, we're going to try to go right around where this area is. So we're going to be making a box that kind of looks more like a trapezoid. Because if you look at your hand's not a straight square. Crazy, I know. But yeah, your hand's not a straight square. It's like a trapezoid. Big words scare Corey, so I'm not going to use as many as I possibly can. So we're going to be making it 3D because we want depth in our drawing. So we got that to start off, which is this main part right here, which technically speaking, you can go and do an actual, what's it called? What's a four-sided square? I forgot what it's called. It starts with a P. Pentagram? I don't know. I have no clue. But next is now we're going to go for the fingies. And we're just going to, I'm just doing quick light squares, figuring out the position where the knuckles are and stuff like that. So this one if we're looking at the length, because we are trying to keep all of this in what we like to call proportional. A rectangle. Yes. A pentagram. Close enough. Has 5 sides and a star in it. 5 sides shape. It's a pentagon. Okay, so it's a pentagon, not a pentagram. We're not summoning Satan today, everybody. Sorry. If you came here trying to summon Satan, you might have to go to a different stream. Sorry about you. So basically we're making little rectangles and stuff like that. And I'm not really making these rectangles 3-dimensional. Reason being, at this particular time. Reason being is because I'm just roughing out where I'm seeing them lay. Then, after I rough it out and get the correct proportions, then I'm going to go in and start doing the cubes. A pentagon! Sorry, I'm no mathematician. I was an art major, not a math major. Oh! I'm kidding. Actually, I was doing a crap ton of math back in the day, and it sucked. Okay, so now that I've finished that part, then I can go in and kind of give it like a little 3D if I really want to. The 3D mainly is for the palm itself to see where it turns, and it helps tremendously with that, and also where you can figure out where the top of your fingers are going to be. Now, from here, I am going to lower the opacity, which actually I am going to cut out this right here. Control cut, control paste, paste. Thank you. And now I'm going to lower the opacity. And now I'm going to add another layer. And we're going to draw on top of this one. Now that we actually have a reference for how to lay out the hand, because we went through and made sure that it was proportional to itself, now we're going to go in and actually work on a little bit more detail. And now remember, the hands are not going to be bricks if we're going from a live perspective, like say live figure drawing or anything like that. If we're trying to be realistic, which I know that all of you are, we are definitely not trying to make sure that we are making everything blocky. This is not Minecraft, everyone. Even though we want it to be. Because Minecraft would make life so much easier because you don't have to draw freaking hands. And honestly, I have not drawn from real life in years. So I am freakishly rusty whenever it comes to drawing from real life. Oof. I don't even want to try. I'm just going to do basic. Which I do suggest actually drawing from real life because it does help you learn proportions and stuff like that. It is actually quite important. As you can tell, I am making sure that with the reference, I'm going back and double checking my proportions and making sure that it's proportional to the palm. Because you don't want freaking really long yaoi fingers. Let me hold you with my giant yaoi hands. But it's just, trust me, whenever it comes to freaking hands, they are such a pain in the butt. Do I draw from real life? No. I wish I did more. I actually was making myself do drawings from real life for a minute, but then work. Yep. Dynamic poses with hands. I do, if it's dynamic poses with hands, block it out with the box method. It is 1,000 times better. Trust me. And there we go. And because we got bonies in our handsies. There we go. And also, oh wow, that thumb looks like trash. Let me go back. Okay, remember that whenever it comes to sketching, you are not trying to do a finished product with a sketch. You are trying just to get the feel. I should have done some warm-up sketches before doing this, because oof, I am feeling it now, Mr. Krabs. There we go. So that thumb does not look proportional to the rest of the hand, personally. This finger is a little bit too long, so let's nip it off a little bit there. And whenever it comes to this, and the palm over here is just a little bit too thick. But that would be close to what we call the box method. And then if I turn that off, it looks kind of similar. It's not the best hand in the world. Certainly not the worst. But for freehanding it, I kept it relatively in proportion. Wow, I actually am pretty doggone close. I was not expecting to be that close to proportion. Huh, neat. Okay, so that is the box method. Now what we're going to have... Uh-oh. We got a bot. Got a freaking bot. Do I want to become famous? Of course I want to become famous. Yeah. Let's go over here. Let's click this person. And ban. Somebody just got hit with Thor's hammer. There we go. Fantastic. But that right there would be considered the box method. Now let's go over to what I like to call the glove slash method. Glove slash mitten method. Makes perfect logical sense. Okay, so glove slash mitten method. So whenever it comes to that, it's actually really weird, and I've used this before, but it depends on what I'm actually wanting to use it for. So whenever it comes to this method, you're going to draw a circle. That's going to be the palm of your hand, and then what you're going to do is figure out where all the fingers are. So basically you're going to make what looks like a mitten where the fingers would be. But with this, here comes the fun part. You're going to do a little oval here and a little oval here to make extra fingers if the fingers are not grouped together. This method's great if you're having all your fingers together, or say if you're drawing a fist, you can do the basically mitten method or the glove method. Kind of like it makes it look like Knuckles from Sonic. His hand always in a mitten. And then whenever it comes to, because that's just the quick layout, then you go over here and do quick ovals to fill in where you think the fingers would be. There we go. There we go. And there we go. Weird looking? Yes. But now it kind of lays it out for you, and then you can come in over here. Oh, I put this in the wrong layer. That's fine. So I'll just go like this. Oh, excuse me. Go like this. Go like this. And merge that with the layer below. And now I can go in and basically rough it out. Which this one's going to be a little bit more messy because me personally, this method works. It's not my favorite method. I sometimes will use it if I'm trying to draw very fast, because I already know kind of what the hand is going to be looking like, and having to do a lot of adjustments on the fly. But that's just me. And bring that like that, and that like that. Oh, you know, is Mary home?
Huh?
Is Mary home?
I have no idea. I don't know when she gets home.
She told me that she got off before I did.
She might be with the girls at the landing.
I'm going to double check. There we go. But yeah, that's basically how to use the mitten method. It's going to be more guesswork and more rough, but whenever it comes to the box, it's going to take more time, but you're going to be more accurate, rather than with the glove method, it's going to be more loose. You can try to make it more straightforward and all that fun stuff, but me personally, I kind of tend to lean towards the box method. But explaining these two methods are easy enough, but now the question is, okay, cool. I know how to do the box method. I know how to do the glove method. How do I transfer that into my style? Oop. Okay, so I'm gonna figure out which layers I'm actually allowed to delete. There we go. Okay. So now, boom. Okay. So now let's go into how can you apply this into your own art style, which actually is quite simple. So whenever it comes to, like, say, Adventure Time. Adventure Time has some pretty funny hands. Actually, I'm going to pull up a reference. See, references are very important. Let's pull up a reference to see what Adventure Time hands look like. Huh. The bad part is that Google already knew what I was going to type up. So this is found on Pinterest. Adventure Time hands equal tentacle hands. Exactly. But let's put this up. And delete that. So this is like a very simplistic way to show whenever it comes to Adventure Time hands. Adventure Time has a very unique style whenever it comes to its hands. So whenever it comes to its hands, if you take a drink every time I say hands, you'd be so dead by now. So their hands are very simplistic because it's like this, but they have like a little nub on top. And there's honestly no wrist. They have tube hands, which is very simplistic and honestly makes life so much easier whenever it comes to animating. Oh my gosh. Because you can just chop fingers off if you really don't need them. There we go. See, that's a quick little Adventure Time hand. Now, how to apply, say, the square method, or as you can see, I did like a mix of an oval and the square method on that. What you can do with the square method or the box method, you can make a quick box like this, quick box like this, quick box, quick box, quick box, and then add a new layer, tone down that opacity, and then follow it and soften it up. But as I can hear, Corey, that was a really simple hand pose. It doesn't help me. I've already established that I know how to do the box method or the glove method, or I have my own method that works even better. How can I apply the box method in more complex hand signs or stuff like that? Like this one right here. This is pretty freaking complex. But if you look over here, the fingers are not going towards the camera. So let's actually break this down and make it into something more similar to what you see right there. Now this right here, I'm using mainly the box method to get to where I want. And also I'm going to cut down one of the fingers. And these circles that I'm adding are telling me, okay, this is going to be pointed straight at the camera, or this one's going to be a little bit catty corner to the camera. So let's turn down the opacity on that. And now let's go from there. Which, right here with this thumb, they did it correctly. You go like this, you bring it in, But also, this thumb is showing that it's going over, when in actuality, in this one, it's going kind of up. So we're going to make it a little bit fatter. And with this finger, it goes back a little bit and then comes forward. So I'm going to go over this line just a hair to show that the finger is bending. And also, all the fingers in Adventure Time are basically the same size. Or pretty similar to the same size. And let's make sure that I have this right here, which is a guideline for where the fingers are attaching to the hand, which are very important to do. Whew. All right. And this one right here, which is going to be basically a circle and stem downward. And then this one actually is going more down than the last one. So it's going to look more like that. Look like a weird Cheeto bean. So that would be a little bit closer to what they're trying to establish here in this shot. Really awkward, but it's kind of closer. If I really wanted to, I would probably, if I wanted to make it still seem like he's curling his curling his fingers, I would go with this one and bring it over like that on this side. So it looks like he's about to grab something. But that would be a quick Adventure Time hand. Now, then you got, if you're not going with, well, actually, the funny part is they did it with this one right here. Why did they do it down here? Oh, whatever. Okay. But then the question is, like, what happens if you have really big hands? Depending on how big the circle or the square that you make. Oh, yeah. The Adventure Time hands seem very simple and easier. Downside is they're deceptively simple. You can sit there and make it look, oh, it's super easy. All you gotta do is boom, 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 done. But whenever you're trying to recreate the same type of style, that's where it gets into the more difficult part. Because I'm looking at this as a copy artist, somebody who can look at somebody else's art style and copy it. I look for small nuances, small little things, and I will look at 100 different ways that they have drawn that particular hand in all different poses so that I can formulate how they would possibly make the hand in the next one, or make it similar so that I can mimic their style. So whenever it comes to, if you're wanting to draw, say, a character from a show, you want to make sure to do a study of that character. Like, say, the first time I was studying, let's see, because I have some examples whenever it comes to the first time I was studying a character. Okay, cool. That actually works perfectly. All right. So the first time I ever drew Angel Dust from Has Been Hotel, they looked like this. This is what Angel Dust looked like the first time I ever drew them from Has Been Hotel. Now, the second time I drew them, they were a little bit closer to on model. That's the hardest part whenever it comes to characters and getting them on model. If you're wanting to mimic someone's art style, if you want to make it so that it's believable, or if you're brought onto a project that you're having to do someone else's art style or draw a character in their art style, then you have to make sure to understand how to be on model. And you can actually see it in Alistair whenever I drew Alistair. Now, Alistair, this was the first time I ever drew Alistair. That was my style. But the second time that I drew Alistair, or actually the third, this is the third time I drew Alistair, I made it so that he's more on model whenever it comes to his character. There's different nuances that make them a little bit different, all that fun stuff. The shading is a lot different. I went away from my cell shading, which is whatever you want to call it. yes, it does help you improve whenever it comes to A, strengthening your own style, and B, also being able to mimic other people's styles. And whenever it comes to that, it helps so much. Hey, Mary! Your earrings look pretty. You're welcome. All right. So, next, let's think about what about big hands? Big hands, big gloves, or something like that. So, like Mickey Mouse hands. Mickey Mouse hands are well known for having big fingers and a smaller palm. And I kind of dance around whenever it comes to a mix of the box method and the glove method. I like to use circles and incorporate circles and ovals into any time that I'm laying anything out. It's more along the lines of a loose way to go about it and actually speeds up the process for me. If you want more rigid, more time consuming, but also looking better, I would suggest going full ham into the box method to make sure that everything is blocked out perfectly. If speed's your game, ovals are going to help you out a lot. So whenever it comes to, heck, this actually looks more like a paw than anything else. And the paw with the big old paw pads on the very end. And that's the cool part. With that, you can have a huge paw. And that is going to be mainly from the oval. Well, you know what? I'm just going to screw it. Say it. This is going to be the oval method. It's a new method. Not many people really do it. Some people do it. They hate their lives for doing it, but I'm going to call this one the oval method. So this is going to be a third one. I'm going to put that on the freaking board. Oval method. So you have that. And also don't forget that you also can do small hands. And small hands, just the same thing. A circle for the palm. You can do ovals for the fingers to lay them out properly. And then you can have a big old arm attached to it. That helps if you're doing lab gloves or anything like that, or cleaning gloves. That helps. So that's what I'll say on that part. What else do I have whenever it comes to hands on my lesson notes? Oh, yep. That's one crucial fact that I completely forgot to mention. So whenever it comes to any hand that you draw, any hand, well, you want to make sure you also have your own hand to get references from whenever it comes to looking at it. But imagine the bones that are inside the hand. So whenever it comes to bending and stuff like that, you want to imagine the bones that make it up. So that whenever it comes to, like, if you're grabbing something, you can say, okay, these are the bones, this is how it bends, and this makes sense. And if you imagine the bones underneath, it can actually help you stay on reference or stay on proportions and stuff like that. Now that I've completely bored everyone to death, now time for the one thing that I know all of you all came here to see, is how to draw the female anatomy. Let's change this to women. How to draw women. Okay. So, there you go. All right, so you have tons of different body shapes whenever it comes to any person. Male, female, whatever. You have tons of different body proportions that you can go about. The one thing that I showed you before with the hands, the oval method, will actually really help you whenever it comes to designing a character or also laying out the foundation of a character for their base. So say whenever it comes to anybody, you can start off with the head. Now the deal is that if you draw the head, do not go in and instantly go, okay, time to do the chin, do the line for the face, the eyes, let's go all the way. No, don't do that. Please don't do that. The important thing is, A, you can put the head there, like a circle for the head, and then the next thing you should do is find the action line. What is an action line? Well, the action line is basically the line that you can draw from the top of the head all the way down to the foot, and the body works around the action line. Messing up torso, hips, and legs. Okay, so let's get into this. What you need to do is map out what you're going to do first. Your base sketch is not going to be pretty. Your base sketch is going to basically show this is going to be what the character is going to look like. I mean, not look like the form. What is it going to be? Moving its arm up, down, left, right? I don't know. Let's see if I can actually find a good reference for this. Because anytime that... Oh, wait, that's... Whoops. I thought that I actually had my sketch on it. Do I have any sketches that I haven't... Well, I definitely have a good chunk of sketches that I have not finished. Oh, well, actually, this is perfect right here. Right here. This is perfect. So you see this line that comes from right here and goes all the way down to here and then comes back over here? This right here is what I'm calling the action line. That's what is important to know, that it's going from the top of the head, basically is going as the spine all the way through the body, and then goes to the hips and then goes down the leg. Makes sense if you don't think about it. Trust me. Alright, so do I have one that I can just show that has... I don't have much... Oh, is this... Okay, you see how these are just random ovals and a lot of sketchiness all throughout here? And over here. This is... Well, Rouge is basically after I've already done the main step that I've been trying to tell you guys about, gesturing the drawing. This right here is in the middle of transitioning from the gestural drawing or getting the pose down and then actually putting the detail in. I've never finished this piece. I should finish that piece. I like that piece a lot. Okay. So say I want to do... I want to draw a character, alright? First things first, you find a reference. Go ahead, find a freaking reference. Let's see if I can find a reference real quick. That's a joy, trying to find a fun reference. Okay, here we go. Found a reference. And actually, I am going to clip the person's name in here too, because here we go. Alrighty. So now I'm going to select from this cast of people the reference or the body style that I want to do. There we go. And shout out to That's Kidding. I was actually going to do a study style or a style study on them someday, and why not? So basically, let's take this character right here. Wow, I can't even see it. This character right here. So let's go with the action line. Straight down like this and going back like this, because I'm going from the top all the way down and going here. Okay, so now whenever it comes to the normal body shape, I will I'll go down just a little bit, depending on how long you want the neck. Some characters are going to have really freaking long necks. Like, say, let's see, where is this character at? I know I have this character around here somewhere. Ah, here we go. Like this character right here. She has a very long neck. And actually, if I delete all that and hit the sketch layer, you can tell right in here, you can see that little oval. Let's brighten that up. You can see a little oval right here. And you can see a little oval, well, circle up here. The distance between these two is going to be where the neck is. So, if I want them to have a really long neck, I will drop the shoulders down to here. And I'm going roughly about the width of the head. I can go wider, I can go shorter. It depends on what you want the body proportions to be. But realize that whatever proportions you do, you're going to have to keep them up the whole entire time. Now, let's say I want the neck to be that long. Okay? Now, let's go with the chest cavity. I'm going to do a quick oval. The center body, quick oval. Hips, I can do a big oval. If I want them to have wide hips, I can do skinny. I can do whatever I want. But, well, let's just do that. Now I'm going to have this follow the line. And if you're going to have big hips, understand that the thighs are going to be big too. If you're going to have skinny hips, you're going to have skinny thighs. You want to keep the body proportional to itself so it doesn't look peculiar. And then there we go. And as you can tell, I'm being very, very loose whenever it comes to this character. Just quick little roughs. And you know what? Maybe we'll have her putting her hands on her hips. So oval here, oval here, oval here, oval here, boom. This literally looks like just oval person on steroids. And whenever it comes to the length of these, I am comparing it to this upper torso part, because this right here would probably be about the length of the upper arm. Not the forearm, but where the bicep is, depending on how you want the character to look. And the forearm is about the same length as the bicep area. Like going from the shoulder down to the elbow is going to be about the same length from the elbow to the, well, end of the forearm to your wrist. Roughly. You can play around with it, but understand that whenever it comes to it, you're going to have to still keep the person on proportion. So, from here, you can have the character have a complete, like, tons of different body types. You have curvy. You have skinny as a rail. You have muscular, fit. You have plump, fluffy pillow. It all depends on what type of character you want to do. This one, I'm probably going to do plump, fluffy pillow. Let's do that. So, I am going to shrink the neck. I'm going to pull the neck down. Okay. Now, come on. Now with this character that I just got all the layout done, I can tone down this, add an extra layer, and then on this layer, I can go in and do a lot more details. So if I want the shoulders to be broader, I can do that. And now I'm going in and going, okay, I'm basically mapping out her rib cage. So her rib cage is going to look like this. Because if you ever seen an actual rib cage in real life, please don't go and dissect people. It's very, very looked down upon, apparently. There we go. This is basically a rib cage. That's what the rib cage shape would be. Now, with this one, if I'm going and doing the same exact rib cage, because you also have to understand the bones underneath. I don't dissect my friends yet. I'm looking at you, Mary.
What happened? No, you won't.
Pulls out scalpel. We're gonna learn hands-on today. All right, so, and I am going to bring out the ways like this.
I'm just listening
Wow.
to how in the medieval ages people thought the Mongols throwing dead bodies over with
Corey
catapults
becomes
was the
fast.
cause of the spread of the plague.
Filthy
It was
casuals.
rats, but
Yeah. Oh yeah.
dead bodies being flung were fun too.
Oh yeah, they did. It was the early form of bioterrorism, which was fantastic.
And it wasn't very effective.
Honestly,
but it was hilarious.
well, they
especially
would
just when
wrap
also
them.
resort to-
Yeah, if I remember right, they would wrap them up, so and let the bodies bloat for a while, so that when they fling them over the freaking wall, they would just explode. It was disgusting. But now we're going to go to. This is going to be more along the lines of the belly area. This is the upper torso. This is the bottom torso, and here's the fun part that a lot of people tend to forget. Or they're like, oh, we're trying to figure it out. Imagine underwear. Okay? Sounds stupid. Sounds freaking retarded. But you know what? Underwear. Think underwear. So whenever you are doing the groin area, think underwear. How would underwear wrap around the body? Because if you think that, it helps so much.
I don't think candy thong though might
Don't-
not be as helpful.
Yes, don't think candy thong, because that's definitely not going to be helpful. But it also helps to map out the area around here whenever it comes to the groin. Because a lot of people will sit there and be like, I don't know how to draw the groin. Imagine underwear and how it would wrap around the body. Because it's like, oh, I don't know how to draw the vagina. You don't have to go and draw the vagina. You just draw underwear. And then you go, oh, okay. Or you look at a freaking Ken doll. Or a Barbie doll. It makes life so much easier. All right, there we go. And then with these legs, as already you can tell, I'm already making circles over here. Because that actually helps me to get into the mindset of I'm going to be making big legs. Thick thighs save lives. But thigh highs. Alright. So actually I'm probably going to skinny up the shoulders a little bit. Because in real anatomy, your shoulders are going to be around the same width of your hips. Roughly. In a lot of different drawings, you will see that the hips are 1,000 times wider than the shoulders, or you get ones that kind of look like, well, One Piece characters. You get One Piece characters, which actually the funny part is if you draw an X, literally, this is how the person who draws One Piece, this is how he draws his women. He draws an X, and then he connects those wider on the bottom, and then you draw one big circle, another big circle, connect these two, boom, you got a One Piece girl. That is honestly how he does it. It is fan-freaking-tastic. It's hilarious. But a lot of people hate how he does it because all of his girls look literally cookie cutter. But then whenever it comes to like a bigger character like Big Mama, he actually has fun character designs whenever it comes to them. You sit there and go, wow, this is completely different. Now with this one, honestly, I'm basically drawing Nurse Worse. Let's be honest here. And calves, as you can tell, I taper in because around the hips right here, they are thicker than here. I bring them in, taper them in for the knee. Then I go out because there's such thing called a calf muscle. You got to remember women still have muscles too. Don't be that person. And then I'm going to give her tiny feetsies, which honestly is proportionally incorrect. You don't give people that are this size tiny feetsies, but I think it's adorable, and I want to. And whenever it comes to this one, face on, same thing. This one over on this side did not come out that far because it's the shin. This one, because the shin is basically facing the viewer, I'm allowed to balloon out from both sides. Now, if I drew a skeleton under her, let's go here. Let's go blue. So if I drew a skeleton under her, this is her spine. This is her shoulders. These are her hips. This is the line that goes down to the knee. This is the line that goes down to the foot. This is the line that goes down to the knee. And this line goes down to the foot. And, oh yeah, buff girls are beautiful. There we go. And let's go like this, because this is honestly the pose that she is going to be doing. There we go. And as you can tell, there's a skeleton inside of everyone. Remember that. But with that done, I can go over here. Boom. Just like the legs, it's bigger where it connects to the body, and then it goes to the elbow, which is basically just like the knee of the arm, and then comes down to where the rest would be. And you can overlap over here, and it helps tremendously. So now, with that said, and also footsie right here. All right, so now that we have the character's basic body shape going, now you have what everyone has the biggest issue with. And the thing that I'm probably going to get flagged for, because people are going to be like, oh my gosh, he's drawing boobs. He's drawing titties. He's drawing those massive milkies. I'm trying to show you how they actually work. Because a lot of people will sit there and go, oh, look, it's a female. Let's do this. There we go. They're gravity defying. Woo! Remember that whenever it comes to breasts, they are not gravity defying. The only thing that's close to gravity defying is if you have a push-up bra. That's gravity defying. Or also if they are fake, because that's silicone and they go straight out. And they're not soft. Alright, so let's go over here, because that's just the body shape. Now let's go with the chest area, because the question that is always on everyone's mind, how does one draw boobs? So say that is the chest area. Or yeah. They're supposed to sag. You're a snitch. Okay, so let's go over here and let's take a quick lesson on how to draw the boobs. Because there's 100 different ways you can draw boobs. There's a trillion different ways. It all depends on your personal preference. So whenever it comes to, say, this right here is the shoulders, here's the neck, whatever you want to call it, here's the head, blah, 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 blah. I don't care about the neck or the head. Those things don't matter right now. But what matters is the rib cage that I was drawing earlier. That helps me. Oh yeah, four boobs are the same. And also, if you're wanting to draw 4 boobs on one body, there's a whole different ballpark on how you're going to draw that. So Okay. So, the first thing you can do is... Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. It's pretty. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is find the middle line of the chest. Okay? Because we want to know which way the boobs are facing. If you don't know where the boobs are facing, you're done screwed up. That's as simple as plain can be. You're done screwed up. And also, what angle is the chest pointing? Is it pointing up? Is it pointing down? Is it pointing to the left? Is it pointing to the right? Okay. Sorry. Sorry. Okay. So next, it's kind of like what I'm doing now is basically how you can find the face when it comes to a character. Where you go the line down and line across. Yeah, we're doing the same exact thing, but for the boobs. Weird, huh? Okay, so there's a trick that I learned a long time ago, which sometimes I use, sometimes I don't. Depends on where I'm drawing. Where you go from the collarbone and you draw a line straight down and draw a line, well, not straight down, straight across and straight across. That is going to show you where the boobs are honestly going to migrate to. Because boobs, unless they're in a bra, are not going to be smushed together. They're going to go to the left, to the right. They're not going to go straight down unless you're literally leaning straight down.
Every boob in the shirt to the left, to the left.
Every boob in the shirt to the right, to the right. It is very difficult to understand what boobs are like without having the boobies. That's why we have references. So with this one, I'm doing a little line right here and a little line right here. These lines indicate where the curve of the boob is going to start. If you look at this character right here, look at this. There's a little line here and a little line there. You look at, well, you got kind of a little line here. Loose jacket, you can't really see it. Also, you kind of have it on him too. You got a little line here and a little line there. It's basically showing, okay, this is where the arm ends and the boob or the moob begins. Okay? So now, instead of going, okay, I'm doing this, that's not going to be, no. Unless they're wearing a bra. That's the only way that it'll be perked up that high. Or it's silicone. Then it'll be perked up that high. But if we're going to be drawing natural, it's going to follow the body, the rib cage, for a little bit, and then it's going to veer off where this line, this diagonal line, comes in, and then you're going to hook it back. Okay? They're going to be like teardrops. They're going to be melty. They're going to be like water balloons. And you're going to do the same thing over here too. They're not going to be right in this dead center. And then you can come over here to give it a little bit of volume to show that. Now, actually, if it's bare chest, no clothes or anything like that, you actually really won't have this right here. You will actually have it more looking like this. Reason being is because you'll have their sternum right here. And the boobs are sagging down and they're pulling apart. They're going away from each other. Okay? But now let's give it the benefit of the doubt. Let's say they have a bra on. Okay? Now bras are completely different. They're magical, full of wonder, because they're full of boobs. Now, with that, okay, there we go. So now with that said, then we can perk it up just a little bit. So what I normally do is, I'm sorry? Okay, have fun. Got it. So I'm going to draw heads right over here, like circles. Okay? And this is actually going to help me because I'm going to have, say, the bra. Let's go with let's actually do that. There's going to be a string that comes over the shoulder, comes down, and that's what's going to connect the pad there. And then these are going to connect together. And then this is going to come down from right where the base of the neck normally is. Correct. From the base of the neck right here, which if I would draw the neck, which I said it was not important right now, but now it's important. It's going to go right around the base of the neck, right in the area that is going to be lowest when it comes to where the shoulders are. So it's going to go down, break off, and wrap around. Now, the purpose of a bra is to support the breasts. So we're going to have a little bit of area right here that the bra comes off of the body, because you have tons of different sizes of boobs, which I know most of you are wanting to know how to draw massive mommy milkers. And also we're going to do this right here to show that they are brought up, they're pulled up higher because they're being supported. You have tons of different forms of boobs. You have small boobs, big boobs, medium boobs, ginormous knockers of boobs. So it all depends on how big the boob is. Now, the bigger the boob, the more the sag. It's that simple. It is gravity. If you're going to grab a water balloon, if you barely fill it up, it's going to, like, literally be a perfect ball. It's just going to sit there. Proper. But if you're going to fill it up. Got it. Now, if you're going to fill it up, like, fill it up. Because you got this. Now, let's say, because that one's going to be larger boobs. Like, that's going to be about the size of a double D to triple D. So now let's say if we go into the opposite direction, like say closer to C's or B's, that is going to look more akin to just a little bit less. Bring them up higher on the body. There we go. And there's going to not be as much cleavage right here, okay? There's not going to be that much. Well, as much as that. And it's not going to pull off the body as far. But that's going to be closer to a C or a B. Now, when you hit A, is whenever you're going to get hit with, well, more along the lines of, let's erase this. A is going to be basically like this. You're going to be basically going on the rib cage. There might be a little bit of definition, just a little bit, but not much, okay? Not much. And the bra is not going to honestly be pulling off the body. Honestly, if anything, it's probably going to be closer to a sports bra. Let's be honest here. There we go. Now, then you got massive, which, if we go massive, golly, we're going to have to brace this person. I feel so bad for her shoulders and her back. Jeez. Because if you've ever been around somebody who has even just D's or double D's, heck, even triple D's, they will tell you really fast that having that big of breasts are painful. Absolutely painful. Alrighty. So honestly, they would be more akin, because you got, remember the dotted line. Now, this thing right here, finding the middle, there's no reason. There is no, it is straight up. Also, you got like rubbing underneath that will rub raw. You have the underwire of bras that will snap and then stab into you. It's a fucking nightmare. And also, ordering bras is horrible. Absolutely terrible. Because if it's anything above a triple D to almost an H, Good luck fucking finding that in a store. You're gonna have to special order that. It's ridiculous. So now here's the fun part. If you're going with massive, you're going out from the body and bringing it back in. You're doing a big teardrop. Okay? Big teardrops. And the cleavage is going to be whichever boob is facing you more. You're going to also come out like this. Because this right here, honestly, this skin, you will have hardcore stretch marks here. Horrible stretch marks. And also with this right here, it will pull so hard down. It is not a fun time. Especially if you do not have a bra on. Oof. Good luck. I've actually been around a girl when her strap breaks. That was a hell of a time for them. Oh yeah, bras can cost anywhere from 40, like I've seen 40, 30. A good bra would be right around the $30 or $40 range for triple D. A bra that will literally break within a month or two is about, I don't know, $15. You don't want to buy a cheap bra. You want to have something that's strong. But the deal is that the underwire on any bra is subject to snapping. And you think, oh, underwire. It's a fucking thick wire. Like compared to this body right here, this one right here, the underwire is going to be about that thick. That thick right there. Okay? And that is actually, like if I sit there and I've tried to break one, it takes a lot. But boobs will break it easily. Because they're always constantly under stress. And the underwire goes from right around here, underneath the boob, and then connects right to here. So the contact points here and here have fabric over it and a little bit of plastic. So they can actually rub over, through the actual fabric, and they're sharp and they stab here and here and will cause people to bleed. I'm dead ass serious. Like, I'm fucking not joking here. You see this face? This is not a face of kidding. It's fucking horrible. But yeah, that's how you draw a massive honka blonkaloos. So with this character, obviously, we're going to give her the titties. There we are. And like I said, we're going to give her some support. But with this character, we're going to have a little bit of stretch marks, because stretch marks are still beautiful. Now, whenever it comes to the belly button will be turned up like that. A little bit of pudge, which actually a lot of people do tuck their belly into their underwear or pants. If you're doing pudgy. Just FYI. But yeah, that is how to do a more pudgy woman, which is beautiful. Yes. Yes. Okay. So now you got a ton of different ways to actually draw, because that's one way to draw a woman. Then you got a different way, which is going to be the tall, lanky woman. Which, as you can see, I already did a quick line for an action, and I'm going to go from there to hit the hips right here. because there's a couple different ways that I'm going to show you how you can go about laying down the foundation. So we got that, which now that I have that foundation, I'm going to do this to bring in, like, say, a hand on the hip, leave this one going straight down, and then leg here and leg here. This is going to be the stickman method. Very simplistic. Stickman method helps a lot, and actually, well, as you saw in my last piece, is that it helps me figure out where the bone structure is. Because now I can go over and put some meat on the bones, which is going to be in the form of ovals. Now I'm just going to connect this right here. And now I can go, okay, with this rib cage, because I'm going to have the rib cage pointing up, and the belly going like this to connect to the hips, which are down here. I'm actually probably going to bring the hips a little bit wider. But remember, everyone, you can ask me questions at any given time. I can go off script. I am perfectly fine with that. This one is going to be closer to a tall, lengthy character. So I connected the torso, the upper torso, or the rib cage down to the hips because, yes, there's a connection. Now, like I said before, imagine underwear. And that actually helps you feel out the 3D aspect of the actual character right here. When it comes to the legs, it helps to figure out the 3D aspect to keep things in proportion. Now, I keep saying proportion. The deal is that you can have almost whatever proportion you want, but here's the deal. If you draw a character that looks like this, and then a character that looks like this, like I do, they look weird in the same universe. Or this character looks weird if all the other characters look like this. So understand, the only reason why I draw my character like that is for my character to stand out, is for my character to not be like, oh wow, he's just like everyone else in that universe. He's a lot freaking different, and people make fun of him for it. And how do I know where the halfway mark is on the leg to be like, oh, this is where I'm going to put the calf, or oh, this is where I'm going to put the knee? It's feeling it out because, yes, this right here is close to the halfway mark between here and here. It's just feeling it out, making sure that's kind of close. What you can also do is if I hit window, canvas, new window, I add a new window, boom. You guys can't see it, but I have a second window on. Now let's go here. You can actually just go edit, or actually, my bad, you can do this. Boom. You can flip the canvas and look at it and say, oh, it looks kind of weird. Yes. Always block out. Anytime that I do, like, draw a character, anytime, this is actually how I start every one of my sketches. If you look back on any one of my live streams, that's how I start out my sketch, is that I do a quick rough of the body shape, which is called gestural drawing, which is very beneficial and especially helps you if you're wanting to become a commission-based artist. And then you go from there. And then you fill in all the fun details, which is super fun and easy. Well, fun and easy. I say fun and easy, but it's honestly not super easy at all. It's actually kind of annoying and a pain in the butt sometimes. But this one is going to be more of an athletic toned character right here. Noticing because A, the hips aren't super wide. There we go. There we go. And that's just a quick gestural drawing of the character itself. Now, I know that you guys also posted other things that you wanted me to work on or to show you. What are the other things that you all are wanting me to show you? And some of them I can hit on tonight as extra things because I'm probably going to go till about 8:30. But also other things I'll probably be putting into future lessons and stuff like that. Or is there any other specific things on the female body that you want to know about, or the hands that you want to know about? Take your time. I am in no rush. Can I do clothes? Whoo, buddy, that might be the one for next week, because clothes are going to be a lot more difficult. I will let you know that. Because the first thing that's important about it have is posing. Okay, I can do posing real fast. Posing's not too hard. But, well, not too hard. But clothes, I will have to do it on next week. Reason being is because this main body shape right here is the first thing you need to know whenever it comes to doing clothes. Because right here, you do this, you hit new layer, you grab a different color, and then you go on and start adding the clothes. And basically you have to understand how the clothes interact with the body. If you put too many folds on clothes, it looks weird. What you want to do is have just enough folds to make it look presentable or make it look realistic. So say if they have boobs, they right here, and you want a fold here if it's a loose fitting shirt to go, okay, there's boobs here, but it's a loose fitting shirt. If it's a tight fitting shirt, it'll literally tuck up underneath it. You don't really see that often. Okay. So now let's talk about posing. Yay! Everybody loves posing. I love posers. Okay. So posing, there's a ton of different ways that you can go about doing posing. I have literally albums upon albums in my phone of different poses that I like and I want to try or want to draw. But the main thing is that action line that I showed you before. Action lines are very, very important. So say, and also references are very, very important. So let's go and snag a quick reference. Let's see what I can find. All right. There we go. Character poses. There we go. Boom. Copy image. Bring it in. Press paste. There we go. Figures by Ash. Thank you, Ash, for showing us some figures. So as you can tell, in every single one of these, there is an action line throughout the entire piece. Even here. Even here. Even here. Even here. Where the weight is on your character, whatever foot has the most weight on it, is going to have it's going to be where the line goes through. Okay? Each one of those have an action line. So, as I said, let me grab just a random pose from my bookmarks from Twitter. Oh, actually, fun thing. Whenever I was watching Dr. Crafty, they were talking about poses today. Huh. Segway. Whenever it comes to poses, what you really want to do is make sure that just like he said, is that most body parts are doing something separate. Because, say over here, you see that this arm is doing something separate from this arm over here, wherever the hell that is. This arm's doing something different. This arm's doing something different, different, different. If you have body parts that are doing things different, it will actually help you with your silhouettes. That sounds fucking weird. That sounds really fucking weird. Your professor might be smoking some hardcore doobies. I really want to know what doobies they're smoking. Jeez. Okay, so whenever it comes to that, I understand whenever it comes to trying to figure out where the weight of the character is. Like, say... Oh... This would be genius. Okay, so let's take Bugs Bunny, okay? Bugs Bunny is fantastic whenever it comes to his poses. I love all the poses that you can make with Bugs Bunny. So, let's go with him. So, I like red. I like red. Okay. So, whenever it comes to Bugs Bunny, let's just go about finding the weight of a Bugs Bunny thing. Okay, so let's actually do this. This is actually a thing in animation. So if I'm drawing Bugs Bunny picking up a really heavy weight, okay? I'm going to have an action line like this. And then it's going to go like this, basically. But normally it's just going to be like one straight action line. So I am going to have Bugs Bunny picking up a very heavy weight. First things first, I'm going to tilt the head back because he is straining. Next, I'm going to have shoulders up and then going straight down. As you can see, I'm being very gestural. I am not going into a ton of detail already. I am just laying down what I think the character is going to look like. And then with the legs, I am going to go here and show strain. So it's going to be bent down, foot here, bent down, foot here. Now, here's another thing. Make sure to draw what you think is invisible whenever you're sketching out something. Draw the invisible. If you're not going to see it, I don't care. Still, let yourself know that it's there. Draw and then be like, okay, it is there, but I'm not going to be drawing the whole entire thing. I'm still just letting myself know in my brain that it's there. So with Bugs Bunny, if he is, say, picking up something really heavy. There we go. There we go. Because he is a character of a lot of stretch. And with this body, he can curve it back. Pop it back, daddy, y'all. One hop this time. And now, because basically the character is a rubber hose. These are rubber hose limbs, which actually are fantastic whenever it comes to animation. It helps so much. It makes life so much easier. Okay. And I will probably point his tail straight up. Because now I'm getting into the details. After I've already established the character and what the character is doing. Which is very important to do at the very beginning. There we go. And as you can tell, his toes do not look like they're strained enough. They're actually floating. Now I'm going to take care of that by deleting that and making a straight line to show the weight. There we go. Where it comes to his freaking neck. There we go. Make it look like his shoulders are going into his, his weird scruff shit. I don't even know what it's called. There we go. Am I using a reference? Yes. I'm not using a reference to this pose. I've just seen enough Bugs Bunny that I kind of have a feeling of how his body would react. And actually, I'm going to... This is what I love about digital media. Or digital drawing. Whoop! There we go. Shorten that. And actually, you guys get to see how I would do hands too. Look at that. Huh, neat. So there's that. Now, his hands are a whole hell of a lot of different. And this would be the thumb. This would be the forefinger. There's that. There's that. I don't like how the leg is whenever it comes to showing massive amount of weight. Because honestly, let's erase that. And go like this, like a wide stance. And as you can tell, I didn't start off with the feet. I started off with the baseline sketch to make sure that, okay, will this work? Great. If it doesn't, as you saw, while I was in the middle of sketching, I was like, this does not work. I even put a lot of time into that foot. This did not work for me. I am redoing that one. And I am basically going back through and tweaking little things to make it work with the actual pose. That shows that whatever you sketch does not necessarily have to be the end sketch. Okay? You have all the time in the world to change your mind. Say he's pulling a freaking carrot from the ground. But the boy is weak. He hadn't had the special sauce. He wasn't Chungus. Okay. There we go. But this right here shows a dynamic pose. And this is what I'm telling you about whenever it comes to showing weight. And actually, I'll probably even lower his butt even more. I'll just do this number. Boom. Move this dot right here. See that dot that's following it? Yeah, that's the point of rotation. You move that, you can rotate like that. Cool, huh? Didn't think you would learn that today, now did you? And actually, it's something I use whenever it comes to animation because it makes life a whole lot easier than having to redraw the same exact thing over and over again. There we go. There we go. And then I just connect what I have. I don't know why. I watched Space Jam 2 and I don't like that leg anymore. I watched Space Jam 2 and I enjoyed myself. So I got Bugs Bunny on the brain. But as you saw, I just deleted that again. And now I'm going to try something a little bit different. Bringing the leg in a little bit more. Because I'm trying... Oh, I'll probably have to bring it in even more than that. Almost straight up and down. That would actually make it a little bit more believable too. There we go. There we go. Little old cottontail. There we go. And honestly, if I was animating this, I would have his legs shaking. I actually probably have his legs straight down, or foot straight down. Yeah, and that's the best part. If you really want to learn how, like, the extent of trying to keep proportion while still drawing extreme body shapes, literally watch anything from Chuck Jones, aka Looney Tunes. Anything from Looney Tunes will help you dramatically if you are wanting to learn how to stay on model, but also stretch bodies to their absolute limit. Because trust me, the golden age of cartoons, there's a reason why they were the golden age of cartoons. Mother. Because you have this. Honestly, if Chuck Jones saw this, he would tell me that the expression is not enough. Oh, whoa, that pen is big. Yep, it's a big old pen. It's all good. But yeah. Also, yeah, Chuck Jones would probably say that too. He'd be like, "What the hell's wrong with your pen?" But he would say that this expression would be way too weak for the actual character, and have me redo the whole entire expression to more along the lines of something that's like over the top, because when you're animating, you want it over the top. Because if it's not over the top, then it's trash. Where have I been? Yes. I've been everywhere. I've been doing live streams every Wednesday right around 7:30 Central Standard Time. But I have been working nonstop at the place that I work. Honestly, I've been trying to get to a point where I can do art full time so that I can be full time here drawing for you all. But I don't make enough money to do that yet. Yeah, and that's the thing. You have to learn. The school that I went to, they told me that I chose the wrong career path. I would never make a living off of this, mainly because I went to the wrong school for it. They failed me. That's what they basically said. And that I should probably figure out a different thing to do. And I, as a stubborn asshole that I am, I was like, fuck that. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to show you exactly what I can do. I want to be a video game artist. Boom. I'm going to be a video game artist. And now I'm working on different video games. But also I said I wanted to do 2D animation. They said you can't do 2D animation. And I'm like, who the hell says I can't? And they're like, well, we do. I was like, well, I reject your reality and substitute my own. So, sucks to be you. But yeah, that would be how I would draw weight on a character. I don't go from the feet up. That kind of feels weird to me. Don't know why they said do feet up. It's kind of weird. You might want to ask your professor if he's smoking something. Actually, don't actually ask him that. He might get pissed off at you, to be really honest. But that is how to draw women. That is also how to draw hands. That is also how to draw weight. Fuck it. Let's go a little bit longer. What else do you guys want to learn how to do? Okay, so I'm going to tell you right now, whenever it comes to the 2D animation industry, make as many animations as you can right now. The deal is whenever it comes to having a college education, everything like that, it's fun, hunky-dory, all that shit. It's cool. But the deal is that if you don't have a ton of... I went to the bathroom. Oh, understandable. Oh, I just do live streaming every Wednesday at 7:30 Central Standard Time. But whenever it comes to it, do as many animations as you possibly can right now. I don't care how hard it is. I don't care if you have to stay up every night. Do it right now. Reason being is because me, unfortunately, whenever I tried to apply for Disney rejected me for an internship. Just to even go over there, an unpaid internship, I was rejected in 10 minutes after I sent in my resume. Because I was 7 months out of college instead of 6 months out of college. I was rejected by Nickelodeon. I was rejected by... Hell, I was rejected by basically everybody. Yeah, I was rejected by every single person that I applied for any type of storyboarding or animation thing. I did not have enough stuff under my belt. So what I suggest to you is build up a fan base on YouTube. Build up a fan base on TikTok. Build up a fan base on your animations through any sort of media. The deal is that it's great to get into a company. And yes, you can get hourly wage and stuff like that. But also you can do commissions, and commissions go straight into your pocket depending on how long it is and stuff like that. Also, if you have a fan base, that actually will help you tremendously in possibly getting a gig with a company, a gig with doing like art for a video game company, stuff like that. That's honestly how I got to. Yeah, and consistency. Work on... Okay. So, I've already asked this to one of my clients, and they said I was allowed to work on this during live stream. So I'm actually going to show you what is very important to do. Where is that person at? Ah, here it is. Okay. And they actually already posted it, so it doesn't matter anymore. Work on character reference sheets as well. You got to. I am dead serious. TikTok is fantastic for any upstart animator right now. 15 seconds, 10-second animations. I understand that they take about 5 or 6 days to make, but they get put out in front of billions of people. And you can go viral really fast if somebody sits there and duets you. It's kind of like Twitter. But what I suggest is going and making stuff like this. Character reference sheets, and make sure to keep your character on the sheet or on model the whole entire time. When it comes to that, that is very crucial. Reason being is because if you don't do that, then people are just gonna sit there and go, what the fuck is this? Why is his arm so weird? I'm dead serious. It sounds stupid, but it's true. But work on that. Work on squash and stretch, stuff like that. Work on that. Heck, let's see whenever it comes to some of my practice animations. Because anytime I'm not working, I'm trying to draw every day as much as I possibly can. Get to a point where I'm fucking so tired that I can barely keep my eyes open. And this was a little practice animation that I did. That's what, 12 frames per second? Yeah, 12 frames per second. And this is me trying to teach myself squash and stretch and stuff like that. Yeah, and that's important. You got people that will be character designers. You have people that are background artists. You have people that will do in-betweens, storyboards, stuff like that. Everyone has a specific niche. Which, yes, it's great to learn all of them, but also just make sure to put in the work. Yes. And I even had to start doing a reference sheet. Like, say, oh, what character was it? I still need to do one for Natasha. I've done one for Juniper, but I have not done one for Natasha, and I really do need to do that. Like, badly. So, I did one for Juniper. I did a little reference sheet for myself for Juniper. I have the skin tone and stuff like that. I need to do a turnaround of her, which is very important as well. And also, here's the deal. You can get hired on a actual gig, like say storyboarding for an actual animation, stuff like that. Really, like right off the get-go, you can have somebody that goes, or I can come and be like, oh, yo, I know this person who can do storyboarding. And then bada bing, bada boom, you can get a job like that. Yes, I will definitely be doing that. But another thing is that, because trust me, I dedicated a good chunk of my time and life to finding ways to make money off of art, because I want this to be my job. I want this to be my career. And going through the whole entire shebang, I mean, I already have a art gig for doing all the art for a video game right now. I'm not allowed to say too much about it, but I have a gig on that. I have another person who's asking me if I can do art for their video game. It's just that after 2 years of not getting any commissions, but continuously working on my social media stuff, working on Outlook and stuff like that, slowly started getting commissions in, and it just keeps on cascading. People start talking to other people and doing fan arts of random people and getting noticed. Those are the big things. Okay, cool. If that is your goal, I'll be more than happy to help you out and to tell you as much as I know. Because nobody did it for me. I didn't get a chance to sit down and ask questions and talk to somebody that was in the art field. Anytime I asked questions, I got shut down. So, basically what I'm going at or saying is that if you have any questions, it is an invitation to ask them. I'll be more than happy to answer them to the best of my knowledge. Or anything that you want help with and be like, hey, I don't know what to do on this, just let me know. Yes, it is hard in the field. It is very difficult. And honestly, when people sit there and it's like, I want to make sure that you have, say, I want you to have, what's the word I was looking for? Experience. So the funny part is I was talking to some of my friends who are big TikTok animators. And I was asking them, so whenever it comes to it, what can you do? Because I finally got to a point where I can actually talk to people and ask them questions. It took me forever to get to that point. Because whenever I was really tiny, nobody wanted to talk to me. So whenever it came to that point, I asked them, and they were like, well, aren't you doing the SpongeBob collab? And I was like, well, yes, I'm doing the SpongeBob collab. Have you done any other animation collabs? Or reanimates? Well, no. They go, well, do them. I was like, why? That makes no sense. And they go, it's experience. You're working with a team. That is experience. And me working as a freelance, well, me working as a commission-based artist is technically speaking freelance art. So that is experience as well in the digital field. So technically speaking, I personally have about 2 or 3 years, actually almost 4 years now, 4 years under my belt of doing commission-based artwork or freelance art. That looks so much better on a resume than I just got out of college. I draw a little bit. I haven't been hired from a company, but I've had small people hire me. They're not going to ask you, the small people. They're going to be like, so you got hired by something? What did you do whenever it was what you were hired? Oh, I was hired as a character artist or a character designer. I mean, I get hired to design people's random OCs all the time. I'm being hired to be a character artist or a concept artist for these characters, or concept art for backgrounds or different stuff like that. Some people don't look at, oh, Joe Schmo is asking me to do this. This isn't professional. But actually, you can still twist it around to be professional. It honestly is. If somebody is paying you to do something, that is a profession. That is a job. You can use that in a resume. Or also in your art portfolio. If you go to my art station, I have tons of my commissions that I've done for people on there. Ones that are character design based and stuff like that. I will be honest, it is very difficult to get into the animation career. If you know people, you can get into it. It's still a little bit rough, but you can get into it. Now, getting all the way into Disney, I will let you know whenever it comes to Disney. Damn, I was talking to one of my friends who their art professor was from Disney, and they said they hated working for Disney. Because anything you design at Disney is legally theirs. You draw a little character while you're working at Disney, it is legally theirs. I mean, due to the contract that you signed whenever you walked onto Disney, it's legally theirs. There's actually a whole vault filled with porn because people read that and they're like, oh my gosh, while I'm working here, I'm going to draw random crap. And they draw porn and it is actually in the vault. Yeah. Yep. Oh, that's awesome. But yeah. What I would highly suggest right now, networking. Working as hard as you can on your fundamentals and stuff like that, but also networking. You have so many people at your fingertips that could potentially help you land a job. It could be as simple as, well, with me, it could be as simple as somebody going, hey, this person is an artist. I was watching his stream. He was super chill. He does actually some good character art. My uncle who works on this is looking for, working for a, I don't even fucking remember what I was going to say. Working on this actual whatchamacallit. So you know what? Bada bing, bada boom. And yeah, there you go. And that could be a connection. Who knows? That's why whenever it comes to wanting to help people, I mean, yes, I want to help people as much as I possibly can, but I don't know what's going to happen. Hell, I don't know if next week I break my arms and I can't fucking draw anymore. If that happens, then I'll do my best to try to help other people out, because here's the deal. When I was starting out, I didn't have many people to go, hey, this is how you do this. Here's how you do that. I had to learn it on my own, watching different people on Twitch, watching different people on Pictaro, how they draw, and then learn from there. Already right now, you're ahead of the game. I will say that. You are ahead of the fucking game. Keep on going. Yeah, and that right there is a big thing, is that trying to help others get into those positions, because there's always going to be that one kid that sits there, draws their heart out, and it feels like they fade away. The main premise that really got me into wanting to help others achieve their art goals or try to springboard them into something is because whenever I went from high school to college, I saw a lot of my art friends die out. They didn't want to do art anymore. And they were amazing. They were 100 times better than I would ever be. Or whenever I was in college, I've watched tons of my friends who were amazing painters, amazing character designers, amazing artists. But once they got out of college, they did not know how to do social media. They did not know how to sell themselves. And they just dipped away. That would be fun. That would be so much fun. Welcome back. I would be more than happy to. Because I don't want to watch people who love art just give up on it completely. Oh, we're getting into deep talk right now. But I don't want people to give up on art. It's rough. It's hard. And I've spent many, many sleepless nights all the way to the daylight. I remember in college that I would get probably about 3 or 4 hours of sleep. And I would have to go and, yeah. Whenever I first got my first drawing tablet, I gave up. I gave up for a whole year. I did not want to touch it. Then I tried to get back into it. When I graduated college, I wanted to give up because I couldn't get any jobs. Every time I applied, I would get denied. I hated it. Because the issue I have, some people want to come to my studio, which provides 18+ service. And it's extra, yep. Yeah. And the thing is that no matter how you look at it, there's going to be people that can draw better than you. That's normal. But whenever it comes to your style and you're the only person that can do your style the best that you can. I mean, one of my friends, Go Mr. Dodo. Me personally, I never thought I would be able to teach him something. Ever. I did not think that in the wildest recesses of my mind, I was like, I could never bring anything new to the table. I want to learn from them. But, yeah. Yeah. But the funny part is, I did. I taught them about a different pen tool. I taught them about small little different things. And they have taught me tremendously. So many different things. But being able to give back was crazy, because I didn't think that I would be able to do that. But also, whenever you come up to, say, any type of person, like any type of art person, that it's kind of weird. Okay. So here's the thing that I've always done. I've actually told this to a couple of my friends, that as artists, they are my air quotes art rival. And they go, what do you mean by an art rival? And I go, your art's fantastic. I want to get as good as you. I'm going to work as hard as I possibly can to get to the point where I can be as good as you. But the deal is that I want you to not let me catch up to you. I want you to get better so that I can't get or catch up to you. I'll help you out. If you want to help me out, great. But I want you to be my rival. I want us to push each other to become the best artists that we can possibly be. And it helps a lot. Surrounding yourself with people that will want to push you. Oh, fam, we're about to knuckle up. Let's go. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. But that's important to have. That's the important thing whenever it comes to community that you need. And I know why my I know. Now that's the fun part. I'm actually writing a book about how to do commissions. There are tons of animators, but that is true. I am actually writing a book on how to do commissions, and yes, there's a fun story about that. The reason why I have my commissions at the price that they are. Nope, we're fine. Okay, let go, fam. We got this. Square up. But the reason why I do have my commissions at the price that they are is that I go about finding how much I want to charge based upon how much time it takes for me to actually do that drawing piece. And say whenever it comes to a drawing piece, like the $65 one of those will take me about an hour to an hour and a half. So whenever it comes to the amount that I make during that time is about $60 an hour to about $45 an hour max. Okay. So here's the deal. When somebody says that your prices are too high, I'll post this to my community. Yes. So when it comes to somebody sitting there saying your commissions are too high, do not, I repeat, do not let that hit you right in the face. Reason being is because if you have a commission, like a commission page, and they go, oh, your commissions are too high, don't believe them. Reason being is because when it comes to your art, you can dictate how much you want to do your art for. This ain't like going and working at McDonald's for $7.50 an hour or $6.50 an hour whenever I was a kid. It's not like that. So whenever it comes to it, you can dictate your own prices. If they want to pay them, great. You're going to find somebody who wants to pay them. If they don't want to pay them, all right. What they're trying to do is bargain with you. They want you to drop your prices because they value your art. They want your art. They're just sitting there going, well, maybe I can, and that probably has happened to a couple of the artists that they've commissioned before, where they go, oh, your prices are too high, and it's like, oh, well, I'll drop my prices for you. I'll give you a special discount. And they go, oh, wait, maybe I can do this to all artists. Stand firm, okay? Stand firm. I'm actually probably going to, because there's been months where I've made $50 on commissions. But there's other months where I've made over $1,000 in commissions. There's going to be some days that are going to, some droughts. There's going to be sometimes that you have tons of commissions. Like right now, I'm probably going to experiment with doing a discount, like a discount sale on commissions, to see if this will actually rake in commissions or not. I have the weird thing of I'm a very business mind kid. Ever since I was a child, I was always business minded. So it fascinates me whenever it comes to how people go about doing commissions, how people go about trying to make money off of art or off of skills that they have. I've actually used that at the pawn shop when I was working at the pawn shop. I had a guy who was very rude. He comes up and he goes, this is priced at like $5. That's way too high. I want it for $2. And then I just sit there and I go, no, it's $5. And they go, well, that's bullcrap. I'm like, well, you can go and find it somewhere else for $2. I mean, you said you can find it on eBay for $2. Go for it. And I would love to see your method, Empress Neko. I would love to. But and they will storm out and they'll come back and they'll be like, fine, I'll pay $5. I'm like, oh, I'll either say, oh, I'm sorry, it's sold, and I have it behind the counter, or I'd be like, nah, I mean, I don't have to sell it. Yes, that is true whenever it becomes complicated. Yep, That's right there. There we go. Oh, my mouth opens whenever I clap. That's hilarious. But that is also a very smart idea. If you know, like I had somebody ask me about animation, how like a minute long animation, and I go, okay, I can probably roughly do it for about $500, roughly, because it's a minute long. It has some complex stuff, probably around that. But you know what? I'm going to shoot a number like $600 something. See what happens. And they were like, yes. I was like, okay, cool. But also, with that said, if you know that somebody's going to try to bargain or anything like that, also there's a psychological thing too. It's so much fun to study psychology. Actually, I love psychology. If you make it seem like it's a good deal, like say you already know the normal price and they're asking you the price for this extra stuff, and you say, hey, woo. So I'm just going triple. Excuse me, I'm going triple this. But when it comes to that, that is brilliant. Reason being is because if I say this piece would normally be $200, but I tell them, okay, it's $300 or $350. This happens all the time at the pawn shop. If you go to a pawn shop, 9 times out of 10, whatever they have that thing priced as, they paid for it, paid half of it for that. So if you go into a pawn shop and it's like something's $100, they probably spent $40 to get that item, or even $50. And that's why a lot of people like to bargain. That's why a lot of pawn shops will even raise it up. So there was a time that I rose the price up to $150. And I know that keystoning would have been at $100. I would have been happy with $100. But this person wanted to bargain. So I went down to about $135. They felt happy because they thought they got a great deal. I felt happy because I knew that my boss was going to be happy that I actually sold that item above keystone. That's the ticket. And actually I had one of my friends talk to me about it today because he was somebody wanted to commission him to build Legos with the instructions and everything in front of him. And I was like, here's the deal, man. You want to at least get $10 an hour? At least get $10 an hour. If it takes you 3 hours, that's $30. That's a flat rate if you want to do that. But what I suggest is if you raise the price up higher than that, and if they want to negotiate, you can drop it a little bit, make them feel like they have a deal. Bada bing, bada boom. But needless to say, when it comes to your commissions for an hour, okay, for an hour-long animation for me, okay. So how I would go about estimating this one? Let's have some fun real quick. Let's do some math. All right. So whenever it comes to a minute-long animation or an hour-long animation, I would go first and look up the average price per minute when it comes to animation. Okay. So, a feature animation studio, you can expect charges anywhere from $100 to $200 per 1 minute of animation. Multiple factors affect the overall price of the animation. It all depends on whatever comes to the complexity. Oh, okay, okay. I want to hear this. I want to hear this. Because I'm always eager to learn. Oh, that's smart. That is freaking smart. Because there's where you get it, folks. A lot of people will be like, okay, so let's say 50 frames per second. Okay. It depends. Because, yeah, think about it. A frame of animation is a full color piece. A frame of animation is a full color piece. So my normal full body piece would be $65, and per extra character, let's see, I'm trying to remember when it comes to my commission sheet. Let's see. So when it comes to extra characters, wow, I shouldn't have done that animated one. It's $25 extra per one. Yep. And loops and panning, yes. That is true. Because also, you have, in animation, you have people that will work on ones, twos. In some animes, you will have one frame of animation for over a couple seconds before anything even happens. It's crazy. And that is animating on a smart level. Because, like, say, any of my animations right now. Let's see. Let's just pull up one of them, and I'll show you. Oh, let's do the Dr. Crafty one, because I've had people go, "Oh my gosh, it must have taken you so long to do this." It didn't. It took me maybe an hour tops to do this little animation. And that is shading and moving and rigging, all that fun stuff. The reason why it's so damn easy is that whole arm, I am just using keyframes. This whole arm over here, this head, keyframes. I'm using squash and stretch on the whole entire body to make it look like that. It is very simplistic, but it looks good. And if I would charge if I was charging somebody for this, it would probably be about 200, 250. Which, yes, this is about, 16 frames. I would say roughly 16 frames. But yes. Yo, when it comes to commissions, listen. Impersonico knows where it's at. You need to understand that if somebody comes up to you, they are wanting your stuff. They're wanting your stuff. They want your animations. They want your art because they like your style. They understand that not many other people can do your style. And if somebody tries to mimic your style, it could fall apart. It couldn't be exactly like it. You have the upper hand when it comes to any fucking bargaining, people. Oh, biscuits. That hurt. That hurt too. Oh, when you crack your neck and it didn't feel good. But when it comes to commissions, you have the floor. You can do whatever you want. Price it high, sell it low. And at that time, if you say, hey, someone comes up, I want because there was a time that I was asked to do a 8-minute animation. And I priced it, personally I think I priced it a little low, but I didn't do it. But honestly, whenever it comes to it, if you price it high, sell it low, and also if you work on your speed is key. If you can draw fast as well as draw accurately and make the art look good still, you have a better turnaround rate. Turnaround rate is very important. The faster you can do stuff, the more commissions you can do. The more money you can make in a short amount of time. And that is very important, especially if you're working a full-time job. I'm working a full-time job and doing art on the side. I'm trying to get art on as my main, but doing art on the side because I'm fucking insane. But with that said, during the week, I may have probably about, I don't know, 30 hours to work on art in between work, life, sleeping, and everything else I do. So I had to learn really fast. Okay, I have to speed up my art process. I have to speed up this, speed up that. Like, okay. I'm going to demonstrate some more stuff for you guys real quick. All right? Actually, I'm going to use bugs for this because you know what? Fuck it. I don't necessarily hate this Bugs Bunny one. Yes. And actually, that's what I did with one of my clients for the video game. I sold them a little bit lower, but I knew I could crank them out fast. So whenever I averaged out my income as well as my amount of time that I spent on it, I was still averaging about $45 an hour. Which sounds really good, but could have done more. So let's use bugs, all right? Folder. After I did the sketch, I put a folder. I put one layer in. This is going to be the ink layer. Name it the ink layer. Very important, okay? Now, you're going to go to your pen tool. Mapping pen is very important. You can have all these different textures, but the biggest thing you want to know is stabilization. Stabilizers, any type of pen stabilizer is a fantastic one. Sounds good to me. I am 100% game. Send me a link. And hopefully by the end of this year, my plan is to go full-time into art. So I will have far more time. Yes. You can send it to me, Discord, Twitter, anyway. I'm good with whatever. But that's what I would say whenever it comes to it, is that I'm hoping to get to that point so that I can do this more often and also help people more often and be more into the community and also my own community that I'm making slowly. Ugh. Aww. Okay, I got your back, fam. I got your back. Boom. Oh, okay. Copied. And go to Twitch. And also, I mean, I'm going to send this to everybody, honestly. So that if you guys have questions, just hit me up. I know that I'm always working, but I'll be more than happy to, whenever I get a chance, answer your guys' questions. I'm more than happy to. All right. Sweet. Boom. 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 Yes. Well, while we're doing this too. All right, so another thing is that whenever I do any type of inking, I'm not doing full black inking. I'm doing a little bit of a color inking. So I could have a little bit of red, a little bit of purple, or a little bit of blue. Blue's gonna be a cooler color if I'm having a more of a cooler palette. Okay? Or I can do red if I'm wanting a warmer palette, or I got purple if I'm doing a different other palette. But also you can do green, black, straight black lines. Yeah. Like, say if it ever gets a PNG and gets put on a black background, doesn't work well. It looks weird. So right now I'm probably going to do blue because he has gray in his fur. So now I'm going to minimize this. And now here is where the speed goes. What's that? Yes. How can I help you? Or also, if you do full black, you can just alpha lock your layer and then just go boom. Oh, okay. And a lighter dark gray. Cool. Sounds like a plan. Wait, are you gonna freaking blow my mind? I feel like you are. There we go. Edit, tonal correction, color balance. Edit. Color balance. Oh. Okay. What is this magic? Wait, is this like the Control U? I think this is kind of like Control U. Oh, wait, what is gradient balance? Half tone, highlight. Oh. Nope, even. Okay, okay. Ah, shit. Takes notes feverishly. Okay. Oh, also you guys can't see it. Okay, give me 1 second. I'll try to fix this so that you guys can see it. Give me 1 second. There we go. And probably where's CSP? Okay, there we go. Probably do this. And then add window capture, window capture. Add source. Not window capture. Dang it. It's display capture. Display capture. There we go. I don't want you all the way up there. I want you down here. Yes, right underneath. What? What? Come on. There we go. Okay, so now I can just do this. There we go. All right, transition. So now you guys can see what I was doing. Okay, so I'm going to redo that real fast. So it was edit, tonal correction, color balance. All right. And we're going to go here and here just for a second because I have to pull my Discord to a separate area. Okay. And then now I'm going to do this. Boom. Transition. Okay. So let's see. Color balance gradient. Oh. That's tight. Okay. On a straight multiply, yeah. So color balance with a gradient map. Okay, okay. That is so cool. I'm being taught.
Some of those are mine, some of those are yours.
Oh, okay. I'm learning stuff.
Nice, what you learning?
I am learning how to do stuff really fast.
Cool. Oh, there's a... Got your own live stream. I won't say
That is true. Ha. Oh, would you look at that? Whoops. All right. Ah. Huh. That's freaking awesome. Okay, so let's see if I can figure this one out. So, black and white. Black and white. Gradient map. So gradient map, gradient map, gradient map, gradient map, gradient, 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 gradient. Where's the gradient? Oh, I can probably. Oh, that's cool. That's freaking sick. Well, that beats exactly what I was gonna do. Because I'll show you what I was gonna do. It's a little bit slower, but that actually could be a lot faster and also look a lot better. Because what I was gonna do, give me 1 second. I have to get the inking done first. There we go. There we go. All right, there we go. And that's close enough for me. This is not going to be like an amazing final piece. There's more along the lines of messing around. There we go. Come on. There we go. Oh, look at you. All right, so this should be almost enough to actually do what I was planning on doing. Yeah, that one looks janky, but you know what? Janky is all right. Okay, so there we go. There we go. Yeah, this one's gonna look real janky. I don't like how I drew his mouth. Oh, I really don't. It's fine. It's fine. It's not fine. But you know what? It's fine for right now. Because all I have to do is... You should. It would be amazing. There we go. Yeah. That's fine. I think most of my areas are closed up. Let's just do that. There we go. Kind of looks weird, but you know what? I'll work with it. So now what I normally do, because I had a whole entire commission based upon this, which I would magic wand tool select the whole entire inside. Normally I select the outside and then do around it. Trust the process. Trust it. Alright, so like say I got gray. Fantastic. So gray, boom, look at that. Let's do gray just for funsies. And then I go, this one's probably more like a bluish white. Like that. A little bit more white. There we go. And teeth are probably white. I have no clue. Bugs Bunny. Okay. And then let's say pink on the nose. Boop, boop. Pink on the nose. Close enough for me. Close enough for government's work. Okay, so now I'll go here, pull these above my actual layer, and then, sorry. All right, then I'll duplicate this, duplicate layer, bring it below, merge selected layers, alpha lock it. Alpha lock is important. It's free real estate. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Furries, D&D characters, and also Sonic stuff. And there's one other. I'm trying to remember what it was. Can't remember. Oh, and also My Little Pony stuff. Those are like the horsemen of the apocalypse when it comes to money. Furries are the best when it comes to commissions. Oh my gosh, they're the nicest. They know exactly what they want to do or what they want. And also they tip like no other, which is surprising. That is true. Also, My Little Pony, super nice fandom as well. D&D artists. Oh my, I mean D&D, oh my gosh. I think that actually has the most amount of money that I've received coming from D&D art alone. Yeah. But the thing is that they are super nice. They are honestly, I've had people that go, oh, I don't know if you commission furry art. I'm like, I am more than happy to do a furry art. But excuse me? You all are freaking amazing. All right, so after doing that, I'll go hit white, paint over that. Now it's straight white. And actually, I can turn that off, and you can see that it is white. And then, after that, I hit a layer above it. Alpha lock that layer. Ooh, that would be awesome. And then, after that, I actually have base shades. I normally do purple, because I really like purple on the shading. Sometimes I change the color. But now I go here, hit normal, multiply layer. This is something that I've been doing for the past year whenever it comes to commissions, because it's 100 times faster than what I normally do. And then I just go through, and it gives a purple-esque shading. So doing cell shading quick, this is a quick and easy way to do it. And you can just, heck, you can even, if you really wanted to, just go like this. And go, whoop. But that is basically how that works. And that's how I do really fast shading whenever I have a commission that I need to get done really fast. And also another fun thing is if you do soft airbrush with this right here. Oh no, you guys can't see it. It's basically the alpha layer. Let's see if I can actually switch it over to... Uh-oh, you gonna blow my mind again? Yeah, right over here. This thing right here. If you do that, you can do a fade or do a gradient. And you can control the gradient a lot easier. But that's just me. Ow. I think I got tape that ripped off a hair. And actually, if you're doing an airbrush glow effect, let me show you one quick thing. If I do, yes, that, add glow, or whatever you want to call it, do that. Alpha layer lock it, hit filter, blur, Gaussian blur, crank that strength up. It'll give you a nice little glow. A little bit. But that's how you can change it, like anything that is a, what's it called? Cell shading into a airbrush effect. And only hit the edges? Oh, we got your new glasses!
Yeah. You like these glasses?
Those are so cool!
Or
Okay, for context, my roommate Mary came in, and she has been gushing about can't wait till she gets new glasses. And they're those ones that you have the magnets on the side that you can click on, and they are freaking awesome. Gary's wanting them too.
These are just like a lot cheaper versions.
Oh yeah, because you like it's $60.
This is like I don't remember, but these are 25.
Oh, 25 per. Okay, that's awesome. And you just snap them on. It's super cool.
So I can change it to whatever I want. But I got sunglasses. I have sunglasses.
Yeah. Yeah, prescription sunglasses.
They all fit on there, so like.
You can just stack. I wonder how many you can stack on top of each other. I want to know how many you can stack on top of each other. Oh, also, the state of Arkansas is telling me that I forgot to do the sales tax thing.
Look at my rainbow dinosaurs.
Oh, that's so cool. Sweet. Oh, there's no lens. Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Yeah, this is the lens.
Okay, so you said do that, but then you hit the blur tool. So blur.
Putting double stack lenses, they would mess with the prescription.
Yep. You can do the blur tool too, and that actually looks really good.
Okay, and the boy is here, so I'm gonna hang out with him while he's here.
Okay. Have fun.
When you get done with that, you owe me a hug because you didn't give me one this morning.
Deal. Huh. That is actually really neat. I remember whenever I first was using this program, and whenever it comes to... Yes, dear? Oh, okay, you weren't talking to me. Oh, I thought you were talking to me. Hit the edges where the light hits on one side. Oh, okay. So, kind of like that. And if I went in and I did a light, like a hard light, and then hit this with the blur tool. Oh, I like that. You're gonna be making me want to mess around and find something out. As a great man once said, you're gonna make me want to fuck around and find out. Huh? It looks like you just got hit with a wave of cosmic energy. Blend of the hard, sharp line and one soft blur. Huh. Hey, dear. Love you too. Okay. Okay. So, actually, you know, I wonder. Oh, wait, no, it won't do that. I don't know if that will work on that. Because if I do a highlight on this, the only downside is that this right here, the multiply layer, does not constitute. So I would actually, oh wait, I think there's a through layer. Nope. That didn't work. Or I could just do what I normally do. And say here, which is a base layer. And go in and, yes, dear.
Oh, I just saw an old drawing that I was drawing of us that I never finished, and
It's fitting.
It's fitting.
There we go.
Or falling.
Oh.
Both.
And there we go. And I can probably soften that blur. So intensity of blur, brush density. I can toggle that. Okay. Now, oh wait, I want to do this on the actual gray. So let's hit that up. Let's bring it a little bit more into the blue. Okay, so let's do that. Let's do that, and I want to try and see what this does. Let's do that. Let's see. Either it could be really cool, or it could look like poopy. Huh. Neat. Now that's pretty neat. Weird, but neat. I really do need to start learning how to use the blur tool more. There's a lot of things I need to learn how to use more. Because my knowledge is only like a small drop in the ocean. Most definitely. But yes. Light, how much is for a doodle? Alrighty, so a doodle. Let's see. Trying to remember off the top of my head. A quick sketch was $35. Oh, I forgot to transition. Oh. I'm an idiot. I forgot I was still in studio mode. Yoink. But yes, that was the lesson for today. Did you all enjoy? Something. Yes. Yes. Everyone loves a cursed image. Actually, I think I have a folder filled with cursed images from whenever I was doing my old live streams. Wait, please tell me this compiles. It compiles. This was a cursed image. Oh, yay. This was the cursed image that I drew in 2019. Oh my gosh, I forgot about this. I could, yeah. Guess I'm gonna... Yes, it is Plankton, scared of a panda, licking a burrito. Is that it's a panda licking a burrito. That's exactly what you wanted. It's free real estate. I'm dead serious. I have more. I have more of these. 1 second. Let's see all the cursed images. I have that. I have a whole folder dedicated to my drawing challenges. This was one of the drawing challenges. In 2019, I had a lot of different drawing challenges I was supposed to do. Like, there's this one, which that one I think was like I was supposed to doodle Spyro. Actually, oh, this one's one of my favorites. This one's one of my favorites. It was supposed to be a fat Popeye with a handsome Squidward face. I freaking love that one. I need a shirt of this. I wonder if that would sell. Handsome Squidward Popeye. I think it would sell. I think it should. I'm pretty sure it would. Maybe I need to actually finish this. Cause that could be. That could be. Oh, biscuits. Biscuits. Oh. Alrighty. It is time for me to end the stream.
Which means all the hugs for Mary and me.
Yes, I'll be able to go and give you all hugs. But I have a small meeting with somebody for a minute. Somebody sent me a weird image. That's disturbing. But I shall see you all on the next live stream, which is going to be next Wednesday. Come out and see it. I know that you would love it. Hopefully. I have no clue. Thank you all. Bye.